Hello, everyone. My name is Mike Mitchell. I'm a retired United States Navy Chief Petty Officer. I retired after serving 21 years in the world's finest Navy. Today, I am currently the Director of the Military and Veterans Resource Center at Jacksonville University, and I am proud to be a part of the Read USA project. The book we're going to read today is called Wind Flyers by Angela Johnson. Great great uncle was a wind flyer, a smooth wind flyer, a Tuskegee wind flyer. This is the great uncle that they're talking about. He was a Tuskegee Airman. His whole life, all he wanted to do was fly. With his arms flapping, he jumped off a chicken coop when he was 5. Wow, 5 years old. Then jumped off a barn into soft hay when he was 7. He's a very dangerous individual, isn't he? Uncle says it's because he'd watched some birds fly that day. So he loves flying, as we can tell. When he was 11, he paid 75 cents to go up with a flying barnstormer. Just imagine 75 cents. Where would that get you today? I know it's not even going to get you a flight on an airline, so that must have been a lot of money back then. It's what heaven must be, Uncle says to me, with clouds like soft blankets saying, "Come on in, get warm, stay a while, and be a wind flyer too." They fly over the fields, over the lakes, and Uncle just knew if he could get a good grip, those clouds would be his. And all the clouds he's enjoying in the plains. So we can tell he loved to fly since he's been 5 years old. He cried when they landed because then he knew what it was like to go into the wind, against the wind, beyond the wind. There was magic in the wind back then, he says. When he was older, Uncle became a Tuskegee Airman with the 332nd. He studied hard and flew in a war. Air Force didn't want us at first. Only 4 squadrons like us, he says, touching his mahogany face. And when his plane left the red Alabama dirt and flew in the air, he hoped he would never come down. And this is his plane. So he just wants to fly forever. He had finally become a wind flyer, a smooth wind flyer, a Tuskegee wind flyer, flying high above it all, never to touch the earth again. Forever a wind flyer. This is the great uncle with his crew, and all of these men are known as Tuskegee Airmen. When I ask him if it was a big war, Uncle says they all are. But that's over now. We were something. Some of us didn't come back, but we never lost a plane we protected. Then Uncle points at the picture of him in the wind flyers. Those smooth wind flyers, those Tuskegee wind flyers. Young and brave, brave and young, all. Uncle crop dusted some right after the war. That's the only way he could still fly. The only way he could still catch the clouds and feel the wind. He says flying is different now, though. Wonder why. I can imagine why flying is different. He was flying when he was in the Air Force and now doing things for himself. I'm sure that there's a major difference between the two. Think about that. Faster planes, more people than ever, but Uncle says the clouds still sound the same. He holds my hand and we watch new wind flyers jet through the clouds. Then once in a while, he takes me up and we become the smooth wind flyers. Tuskegee wind flyers, flying into the wind, against the wind, beyond the wind, the magical wind. So we read the book Wind Flyers. Think about the great uncle at the age of 5, how he wanted to fly. He wanted to jump off the barn and do all those great things. What does that mean for you? That means that you can do whatever you put your mind to. Great uncle at the age of 5 knew he wanted to fly a plane, and he did that. He went off to college to Tuskegee University and became a pilot in the Air Force. The sky's the limit, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do anything, because you can.